in order to give the Sixers a little bit more flexibility to round out the roster. That's what we heard him being asked about there at the end of that soundbite. Part of our roster today, joined now by ESPN senior writer Brian Windhorst and the master telestrator himself. Does anyone call you Tim the Telestrator, Legs?
That's not bad, Malika. No, nobody has, but I think you just did. So let's coin it. Let's do something with it.
I like that. That's how we should font him, sponsor it. We're all in. We even have some of our people who help us with that. Chris Duffy's in the studio today. So let's get right to it. Starting with you, though, Tim, the Telestrator. I'm going to go with Legs. It's simpler. What are your expectations for Harden this season and beyond?
I think he's going to have another great regular season. I mean, that's what James Harden does in the regular season. It's one of the most dominant offensive players in the league. I think their team is significantly better with the rotational players that they have added to go alongside himself and Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris and Maxey. They've really shored up the rest of their team. So I think their team has a great regular season. I think James Harden has a great regular season, and we're going to look at them as contenders. The problem is this. Much like my accountant, Malika, I only care what he has to say on April 15th, right? And it's going to be the same thing with James Harden. It all comes down to how he performs in the postseason, because he's got the ball more than anybody else on that team. And if he has moments like he has had at other times in his career, I think they're going to struggle to get through the Eastern Conference. It does fall in his lap to a certain extent because he is the primary creator. And when he loses aggressiveness, or he looks tentative, that's when they're going to struggle. And unfortunately, his track record indicates that's probably going to happen in the postseason again. So I think he's going to be great for 6 months. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff with the Sixers, but then it really matters that 2-month stretch, April to mid-June. What is he going to do then, and can he be at his best when it requires it? That is what I think James Harden has struggled with in the past, and now I think I'm expecting that to happen again.
Malika, let's take a look at this deal that was kind of brokered here. There were circumstances surrounding it and an injury to his hamstring, but really, James Harden can't say that he's a max player right now. He just can't. Not at his level of max, which would have been over $50 million a year. So the Sixers and Harden have brokered something here, and that is he is going to help the Sixers rebuild the depth that they lost in trading for him. And they absolutely added 3 really quality players to help them out because of his decision to come down here. Specifically PJ Tucker, but also DeAnthony Melton and Daniel House, who should help them at both ends of the court. That definitely happened.
Yeah.
But he's also left himself open here with only a 1-year deal. And the belief I think that he is putting faith in is that he is going to come back healthier and he is going to show the world that he's a max player again, and next summer take that money right back. And the opt-out and the pay reduction is an investment to get that longer max deal while also helping with his reputation in Philadelphia. As drawn up, that's a beautiful plan. I can see them coming to that agreement. I can see Daryl Morey being happy about it. I can see their owners being happy. I can see Harden being happy. I bet PJ Tucker is pretty happy because he just got a 3-year contract for $30 million out of it. The question at the bottom line is, will James Harden return to that max level player? And that's everything. I can sit here for 10 minutes and talk to you about what PJ Tucker's inclusion means. I can sit here and talk about how the growth level of Tyrese Maxey is huge for this team. But unless James Harden gets back on that All-NBA team, gets back on the top 10, top 15 list along with Joel Embiid, then all of this is just going to be moving numbers around and affecting James Harden's bank account.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I am curious, though, as Amber Alerts continue to go off on all of our phones here in Los Angeles. That's what you're hearing through my microphone.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For